the Bush administration the credit they really deserve. When President Bush took office, he was warned by Bill Clinton and Sandy Berger to focus on al-Qaeda. In fact, they inherited a plan for getting bin Laden and al-Qaeda. In early 2001, the Bush administration ignored Richard Clarke's attempts to focus them on just that, al-Qaeda. They were the problem. In July of 2001, CIA Director George Tenet tried to tell the president the threat was Osama bin Laden, and it was very real. Bush said at the time, well, he didn't want to swat at flies. In the meantime, the FAA issued at least 5 security circulars warning of possible hijackings. On August 6, 2001, a day that may live in infamy, Harriet Miers delivered the presidential daily briefing at Crawford, Texas, down at the ranch. The presidential daily briefing was titled, "Bin Laden Determined to Strike in the United States." The Bush Terrorism Task Force, headed up by Vice President Dick Cheney, met for the first time on September 10th, 2001. We'll give them credit for that. And credit for this. September 11th, 2001, President Bush, here he is sitting in a Florida classroom reading a book for 6 minutes while thousands of Americans were running for their lives in Lower Manhattan. He later claimed that he didn't want to scare the children. September 12th, Defense Secretary Donald Rumsfeld tells the president, "There aren't any good targets in Afghanistan," and urges a strike on Iraq. September 14th, President Bush goes to ground zero and delivers this message.
"I can hear you, the rest of the world hears you, and the people who knock these buildings down will hear all of us soon."
Keyword there, soon. October 7th, 2001, here we go. The U.S. Armed Forces launched Operation Enduring Freedom in Afghanistan. Not long after, October 26, 2001, here's President Bush signing the Patriot Act. The government starts to wiretap Americans without a warrant, just a little bit of a violation of the Constitution. In December of 2001, bin Laden escapes from Tora Bora because Rumsfeld and top U.S. Commander General Tommy Franks held back the necessary forces for a classic sweep and block maneuver. Early 2002, the United States starts using enhanced interrogation on detainees at CIA black sites. Enhanced interrogation. I guess you could say that's a nice word for torture. We didn't know it at the time, but we sure as hell know it now. March 13th, 2002, just 6 months after 9/11, President Bush stepped out and said this.
Again, I don't know where he is. I repeat what I said. I truly am not that concerned about him.
So let's give the Bush administration the credit they're looking for. On August 4th, 2002, President Bush goes golfing in Kennebunkport, Maine, and commented on the war on terror.
"I call upon all nations to do everything they can to stop these terrorist killers." Thank you. Now watch this drive.
Serious as a heart attack, huh? October 7th, 2002, President Bush goes to Cincinnati to scare Americans into going to war in Iraq. He delivers this lie.
"Facing clear evidence of peril, we cannot wait for the final proof, the smoking gun that could come in the form of a mushroom cloud."
So if we're looking for credit, there's more. March 9th, 2003, Bush launches an invasion of Iraq. Troop levels in Afghanistan decline slightly. And of course, bin Laden continues to elude capture. March 30th, 2003, Donald Rumsfeld told ABC News, "We know where the WMDs are." April 1st, 2003, remember this one? PFC Jessica Lynch is recovered by U.S. forces. What the Pentagon framed as a heroic rescue was later revealed to have been staged. More credit coming. May 1st, 2003, President Bush lands on USS Abraham Lincoln and announces mission accomplished. July 2nd, 2003, the war in Iraq escalates, and Bush gives this warning.
"There are some who feel like that, the conditions are such that they can attack us there. My answer is bring them on."
So famous and never forgotten. March 24th, 2004, President Bush jokes about WMDs at the Radio and Television Correspondents' Dinner. Here's a dandy.
"Those weapons of mass destruction got to be somewhere."
April 28, 2004, images of torture at Abu Ghraib are revealed. September 7, 2004, the death toll of U.S. soldiers in Iraq, it reaches the plateau of 1,000. And on October 29th, bin Laden releases an audio tape claiming he personally directed the 19 hijackers that hit the United States. January 12, 2005, WMD, weapons of mass destruction, the search in Iraq is declared over. May 30th, 2005, Dick Cheney said that the insurgency was in its last throes. Let's not stop. There's a lot of credit to go around. October 26, 2005, military deaths, that toll reaches now 2,000. At a time, it was the 4th deadliest month in Iraq. Do those families deserve anything? Late 2005, George W. Bush, well, he took the bold action and dissolves the bin Laden unit in the CIA. You could say that's depleting resources. That's arguable. February 22nd, 2006, Iraq's Golden Mosque in Samarra, badly damaged in a bomb attack that kills over 1,000. November 8th, 2006, Donald Rumsfeld resigns as Secretary of Defense. Not long after, January 19th, 2007, the cost of the war, well, it rises to a dandy number of $8.4 billion per month, your tax dollars for lies. April 16th, 2007, the death toll of U.S. soldiers now reaches 3,300. April 25th, 2007, Laura Bush tells the Today Show no one suffers more than their president and I do. August 7, 2007, the number of troops in Iraq reaches the highest level of the war with approximately 162,000 forces on the ground. Followed by the date March 23, 2008, the death toll of U.S. soldiers in Iraq now reaches the plateau of 4,000 lives. The list could go on forever. But we didn't even include the economic mess Bush handed the President of the United States right now, President Obama. Listen to what President Bush told Fox News in an exit interview in 2008.
How badly do you want to get Osama bin Laden before the end of your time in office?
He'll be gotten by a president.
The most accurate prediction that George W. Bush ever made was right there. It's the credit.